Hello everyone, good morning. In this session, we will discuss about the sequence impedances and the networks of symmetrical transmission lines. What is meant by symmetrical transmission lines? If all the transmission lines have the same self-impedances and if there is any mutual impedance between the lines, all the mutual impedances also should be equal to each other. Such kind of system can be called as a symmetrical transmission lines. We know that all the transmission lines will not have the same impedances. To get this symmetrical condition for the transmission lines, we will go for the transposition of the transmission lines. So I hope everybody aware of that what is meant by the transposition of the lines. So here we are considering a fully transposed three-phase transmission line which is perfectly under symmetrical. In the symmetrical condition, the self-impedances of all three phases are equal as well as the mutual impedance of the lines also will be equal to each other. Now let us consider a symmetrical transmission line. So here we have considered the sending end side terminals as a ABC and the receiving end side terminals as a dash, B dash and the C dash. The voltage measured with respect to phase A and the neutral as a VAN, and the voltage measured between the B and the C phases are VBN and VCN respectively. Receiving end side, this is VA dash N dash, and this you can say VB dash and the N dash voltage and VC dash. So for the symmetrical system, we know all the self-impedances are equal to each other. So we can consider like ZAA is equal to ZBB, that is equal to ZCC. So first condition. And the second condition, if you say, if there is any mutual impedance exists between the lines, that is, the mutual impedance between the phase A to the phase B will be ZAB. The mutual impedance between the B and C phases, let us consider as a ZBC. And the mutual impedance between the A and the C phases, let us consider as a ZCA. So the second condition is the ZAB is equal to ZBC is equal to ZCA. Now coming to the receiving end side, so there will be some impedance exist between the each phase to the neutral line also. So those impedances we can represent as ZAN, ZBN and ZCN. So the third point is all the impedances with respect to the neutral condition are also equal to each other. So these are the conditions applicable for the symmetrical system alone. Now let us try to find the equations for the phase voltages VA, VB, VC. So those are nothing but VAN, VBN and the VCN voltage. How generally we will find the voltage across any phase? Voltage across any phase can be represented as VA, that is the current flow. If you consider, we know the current is flowing from source to the load. So IA, IB, IC. Now for reference, let us consider the neutral current also in this direction. But generally the neutral current is not in this direction. The neutral current will be opposite to the assumed current direction because the neutral provides a return path for all these line currents. That means the neutral current direction is like this. So that we will consider the negative sign with respect to this actual direction. Now we know that if the current is flowing like this, the voltage across any phase can be represented as VA minus VA dash. So what is that? Here you can say VA is equal to VAN. The voltage with respect to the neutral and this phase is VAN minus the voltage measured with respect to the receiving end terminals of phase A is equal to VA dash and N dash. Let us see how to find out the phase voltage. So to find out the voltage with respect to phase A, consider the circuit. Now I need to find out the voltage with respect to the A and N terminals. VAN is equal to, apply the KVL in the loop. The current direction is like this. The voltage across phase A is equal to VA dash and the voltage across the A dash and N dash as VA dash N dash, and with respect to the neutral line VN N dash. So we have all the voltages. So let us mark the polarities here. So this is positive and the negative. I am marking the polarities with respect to this current direction. Look at here, because of this neutral current, already we have polarities for this impedance plus and minus. Now for the remaining two, we will assume according to the current A direction. Let us consider IA is entering. So I will mark it as a plus and minus, positive and negative. Here also I will mark positive and negative. Here already we have positive and the negative. So now let us apply the KVL to this. So this will be equal to plus VAA dash plus VA dash N dash minus VN N dash. Now this VA dash N dash I will send left hand side. So VAN minus VA dash N dash is equal to VAA dash minus VN N dash. So this is nothing but the voltage across phase A, VA, that is equal to VAA dash minus VN N dash. So if you find the voltage with respect to phase A and voltage with respect to the neutral line, then you can find out what is the equation for voltage with respect to phase A. So now let us find out these two voltages. So consider the circuit to find out the voltage with respect to phase A. We know the voltage VAA dash is equal to, we have to consider how many voltages are existing with respect to phase A to the other parts of the transmission. So we have a mutual coupling between A and B, and we have a mutual coupling between the A and C also. So while calculating the voltage with respect to phase A, we need to consider all these points. So there is a coupling between the A phase to B phase, A phase to C phase, and A to the neutral line also. So now let us write the equation ZAA into IA current, ZAC into IC plus, now look at here. Now if you consider ZAN into IN current, this IN current is coming opposite direction to my phase current. So we cannot take it as a plus IN. So what is that? ZAN into minus IN current. So we know the current IN is nothing but the written path for all the current IA, IB and IC currents. So now let us simplify this. AA dash is equal to ZAA into IA plus. Now one more condition is, just now we have assumed that all the mutual impedances are also equal to each other. So that is ZAB is equal to ZBC is equal to ZCA or ZAC, anything. So that means I can represent my ZAC value also with respect to ZAB. So I can say ZAB into IB plus ZAB into IC minus ZAN into IN value. So if you expand this IN value, you can say VAA dash is equal to ZAA into IA plus ZAB into IB plus ZAB into IC minus ZAN into, now what is that? You can expand IN is equal to IA plus IB plus IC. So what you can write? ZAN into IA minus ZAN into IB minus ZAN into IC. So finally you can write VAA dash as ZAA minus ZAN into IA plus ZAB minus ZAN into IB plus ZAB minus ZAN into IC. So let us consider this as a equation number 1. Now let us try to find the VNN dash. So to find out the VNN dash, what is the voltage with respect to neutral to the phase A and with respect to the neutral connection itself? Now you can see the current is flowing like this. Now you can represent this as this is already having plus and minus. Now you can put ZNN into IN value minus ZAN into IN value. Now look at here, we need to represent the neutral current. We know the neutral current is flowing, the actual current is flowing IA plus IB plus IC. The neutral current is coming opposite direction to the actual current. So In can be written as minus of Ia plus Ib plus Ic. So if you substitute in place of In, this can be written as Znn minus Znn of Ia plus Ib plus Ic and plus Zan times of Ia plus Ib plus Ic. So now let us substitute this equation and the VA dash equation. In the equation VA is equal to VA dash minus VN N dash. So if you substitute VA is equal to VA dash, we got ZAA minus ZAN into Ia plus ZAB minus ZAN into Ib plus ZAB minus ZAN into Ic minus. Now if you substitute Vn n dash we got minus Zn times of Ia plus Ib plus Ic plus Zan times of Ia plus Ib plus Ic. So now if you simplify this equation, Zaa plus Znn, so this is n value, minus, here Zan is there, here Zan is there, both are minus 2 Zan times of Ia plus Zab plus, so Ib terms you can see, Ib term is Zab minus Zan plus Znn into Ib minus Zan into Ib. So here also minus Zan minus Zan minus 2 Zan. So Zab and plus Znn. So this will be plus Zab plus Znn minus 2 Zan into Ib. So similarly you will have the C term also same as like the B term. So plus Zab plus Znn minus 2 Zan into Ic. We cannot carry these terms for the simplification. So I am assuming that let us consider this term as a self-impedance Zs, because I am finding the voltage with respect to phase A. Whichever term is multiplying with the current Ia is called the self term Zs. And the mutual terms, this is Zm and this is Zm. Now what is the self-impedance and the mutual impedance of the transmission line means? The self-impedance is equal to, so the voltage measured with respect to A phase to the neutral terms, that's all. So this term doesn't have any mutual impedance. And the mutual impedance Zm is equal to Zab plus Znn minus 2 Zan. Here the mutual impedance term is there. So finally we can write the equations for ABC phases as VA is equal to Zs into Ia plus Zm into Ib plus Zm into Ic. So VB is equal to Zm into Ia plus Zs into Ib plus Zm into Ic. So similarly you can say the voltage VC is equal to Zm into Ib plus Zm into, it is Ia, Zm into Ib plus Zs into Ic. So whichever phase you are calculating, the current which is multiplying with that respective phase alone will have the Zs, remaining terms will have the mutual impedance Zm value. Now if you represent this in matrix form, so if you represent this in terms of matrix notation, VA, VB, VC is equal to, so Zs, Zm, Zm, and it is Zm, Zs, Zm, and this is Zm, Zm, and the Zs value into Ia, Ib, Ic. So now we have seen in the last, that is in the concept of sequence impedances and networks of the symmetrical and unsymmetrical system, there I have explained you how to convert the unbalanced phases in terms of the symmetrical components. I should get the equations for VA0, VA1, VA2 in terms of the IA0, IA1 and IA2. So let us proceed. I am going to write the equations directly here. So if anybody are facing problem to understand this how I have written, so please go through the previous lectures. So 1/3 times of, so you know the VA can be represented as VA naught is equal to 1 by 3 times of VA plus AVB plus A square VC, and VA naught is equal to 1 by 3 times of VA plus A into VB plus A square VC, 1 A square and A. Some textbooks will use the alpha also as a notation. Anything can be represented according to your convenience. ZS, ZM value, and this is ZM, ZS, ZM and ZS value into. So I need to represent the IA, IB, IC in terms of the sequence components. We know IA is equal to IA naught plus IA1 plus IA2, all are 1 1. IB is equal to IA naught plus A square IA1 plus A into IA2. IC is equal to IA naught plus A into IA1 A square IA2. So now let us do the matrix multiplication here. 1 1 1 1 A square. So don't touch this. So first let us do the multiplication of these two. So each and everything you no need to put, you just observe the network. Any simplifications possible, let us try to do the simplification here itself. Look at here, I need to multiply the first row with all the columns one by one. So first column, if you see, all the first column terms are 1. So all 1 means you can directly add all these terms. So that is ZS plus 2ZM. Now coming to second column, since 2 terms are ZM, whatever the terms it is going to multiply, those 2 you can add directly. Look at here. This is the ZS value, ZS plus ZM into A square plus A. Now look at here. Here only we will try to simplify A square plus A. We know one condition that A square plus A plus 1 is equal to 0. So from this you can write A square plus A is equal to minus 1. If you represent this value by minus 1, this complete term will be equal to ZS minus ZM. So now let us represent with the ZS minus ZM. So this value is ZS minus ZM. If you multiply first row with the third column, again whatever the terms the ZM is multiplying, you can add those two. So that is A plus A square. ZS plus ZM into A plus A square. Again A plus A square value will be equal to minus 1. That can be represented by ZS minus ZM. Let us simplify for the second row also. Second row multiply with all the columns. Similarly, the second row, first column, since the first column is 1, the first element of all the rows directly you can add. So Zm plus Zs plus Zm, that is equal to Zs plus 2Zm. Now look at here, second column, Zm. So what are the terms multiplying with Zm? Zm into 1 plus Zm into A, that is Zm into 1 plus A. So 1 plus A, what is the value of 1 plus A? 1 plus A value will be equal to minus A square. So now the Zs term is multiplying with A square. A square into Zs minus A square into Zm. So what you will get here? A square into Zs minus Zm. Now look at the third column. Zm into 1 plus Zs into A, again plus Zm into A square. So Zm common if you take 1 plus A square. These two terms are multiplying with Zm. You can take common of these two, 1 plus A square into Zm. What is the 1 plus A square into Zm? 1 plus A square is equal to minus A. Then this Zs value is multiplying with A. So you can take A common. A times of Zs minus Zm. Now similarly, if you multiply the third row with all the columns, similarly the third row first column, Zs plus 2Zm. Now Zm terms if you add, the first two terms means these first two terms you can add directly. 1 plus A square. 1 plus A square will be minus A. Minus A Zm. And here Zs. Zs is multiplying with A. So A into Zs. Finally you can take common of A Zs minus Zm. So what we can write? You can write directly A times of Zs minus Zm. Now look at the third row. Zm is multiplying with 1 and A. Zm 1 plus Zm A plus Zs into A square. So 1 plus A is equal to minus A square. So a square into zs already is there. So a square if you take common, zs minus zm. So look at this. If you are good in matrix multiplication, within one step you can do the multiplication. Now look at here. Similarly, we will finish in one step itself. Now here the first row is having all the ones. If all the ones is having means our job is very easy. So 1, 1, 1, you can add all these three terms directly. Now first row and the second columns, this also you can add directly because this is 1. Zs minus zm, here every term is having zs minus zm. If you take common zs minus zm term common, this is multiplying with 1, right? So what does that mean? Zs minus zm, if you take common, this value will become 1 plus a square plus a. We know 1 plus a square plus a term is 0. So you no need to represent this term at all. We can directly consider this value as a 0. Now coming to the third column, zs minus zm, again common you can take from the three terms because the here first row is 1. So again 1 plus, this is multiplying with 1. If you take zs minus zm common, 1 plus a square, again this term is becoming 0. Now here second row with all the columns. Now we cannot do like that, but let us try to simplify in a best way. And all the terms are having zs plus 2zm here. Look at here. From this side you can do the simplification. These are different terms, let it be. But this term is common. So you can take the common zs plus 2zm into 1 plus a square. 1 plus a square again 0. So this will become 0. Now if you multiply here, look at here. Again zs minus zm common. Let us take the zs minus zm as a common into. Now multiply with only the coefficients. 1 into 1, 1 plus a into a square, a cube plus a square into a cube. Done. Now this side, what is the value of 1 plus a cube plus a cube? A cube value we know it is a 1, 1. 1 plus 1 plus 1 will be equal to 3. So now you can represent. So now this you can multiply with the term 3. 3 times of zs minus zm. Now coming to the third column, zs minus zm is common. Now 1 into 1, 1, a into a square. So that is 1 plus a into a is a square, and a square into a square will be equal to a power 4. Again we know a power 4 value is equal to a. 1 plus a square. This complete term will be 0. Now last 1 plus a plus. Again here zs plus 2zm is common. 1 plus a square plus a term is 0. Now here zs minus zm term is common. If you multiply here 1 plus, again a power 4 will be equal to a. A into a will be equal to a square. So here you will get zs minus zm into 1 plus a square, which is equal to 0. Now the last term, if you take zs minus zm common, then you can multiply 1 into 1, 1. A square into a is a cube plus a into a square is a cube. That's it. So again a cube and a cube value will be equal to 1, 1. This will become 3 times of zs minus zm. Now if you divide by 3, this 3 will get cancelled. This is 2 times of that, and this 3 will get cancelled. So you will get VA0, VA1, VA2 is equal to this matrix into the current IA0, IA1 and IA2. So here also the current matrix is there. Current vector IA0, IA1 and IA2. So now let us replace this complete term by this matrix and let us try to simplify. Now we have VA0, VA1, VA2 is equal to the sequence components. VA0 is equal to ZS plus 2ZM into IA0. VA1 is equal to ZS minus Zm into IA1. VA2 is equal to Zs minus Zm into IA2. Now if you relate these equations with respect to the general equations, that is VA0 is equal to Z0 into IA0 and VA1 is equal to Z1 into IA1 and VA2 is equal to Z2 into IA2. So you can say here For transmission lines, the positive sequence impedance is equal to the negative sequence impedance, which is equal to Zs minus Zm, and the zero sequence impedance is equal to Zs plus 2Zm. Very, very important. I have told you in the transformer concept itself. For the static symmetrical system, the positive and the negative sequence impedances are equal. Again, one more time we have proved here. For the transmission line also, the positive sequence impedance is equal to the negative sequence impedance, that is equal to Zs minus Zm, and the zero sequence impedance is equal to Zs plus 2 times of Zm. So the positive sequence network is Z1 and the current flowing through the circuit is IA1. This is voltage VA1 is the reference. So what is the value of Z1? You can write Z1 is equal to Zs minus Zm. Similarly, the negative sequence network is equal to, so here also we have only the negative sequence impedance, which is equal to Zs minus Zm, and this current is equal to IA2, and reference phasor the voltage measured at the terminals VA2. So coming to the zero sequence network, so the zero sequence impedance is Z0, which is equal to Zs plus 2Zm, that is equal to Z0, and the current with respect to the zero sequence component and the voltage VA0. So these are the sequence networks for the transmission lines. So one important thing that we should remember, the positive sequence impedance is equal to negative sequence impedance Zs minus Zm, and the zero sequence impedance is equal to Zs plus 2Zm for the transmission line. This is in terms of the self and the mutual impedances, and in general the Z1 is equal to Z2, that is the inductive reactance of the transmission line ohm per phase per unit length. So we have a relation for the zero sequence and the positive sequence quantities. For a single circuit line, we have a relation Z0 is equal to 2 to 2.5 times of the Z1 value. If it is a double circuit line, the Z0 is equal to approximately 5.5 times of the Z1 value. So I hope it is clear. So if you face any problem in that derivation, if you refer the previous sessions, so definitely you won't be having any problem. Thank you.